another update on how we're doing, where we're at, what's going on, and so I'm just gonna get into it. As many know, the cycle after my period was not successful. My progesterone was way too low. It was 0.2 and it just had gone straight back down and not where I needed it to be. And so my doctor said, you know, it's okay, we're gonna keep trying. And he told me that if I didn't have my cycle starting by day 35, so for those that don't know, the way that they see it is your cycle starts the day that your period starts. So the day that your period starts, that is day 1. At day 21, I have a progesterone blood level test every single month. I have done that, other than the short time I was pregnant, I have done that every single month since August. And so day 35 is the 35th day of your cycle. My cycle has always been, even when I was regular, has always been 32 to 35 days. And that's normal for me. And I can go back in my tracker and I can look at that, and that is normal for me. So because I have been taking the progesterone since last year and then we got pregnant, my doctor says, you know, if you don't have it by the 35th day, let us know. And I didn't. So I had to let them know, hey, I still don't have it. So I had to do the progesterone pills again that I started taking last August when I found out that I didn't ovulate, or we figured it out. Anyway, I got the progesterone and the letrozole at the end of July, and I just recently had my first 21, or not my first, not my first, had my 21-day progesterone blood test after doing the progesterone and the letrozole again. And I started, I just want to add this in here, just to give you guys like a, I don't know, just give you an update on what's going on and what happened after starting the medicine again. So when I started taking the progesterone, I started noticing weird side effects, weird symptoms that I was having. And so I thought that it had something to do with the progesterone, and I did not remember having any of these symptoms the first time I took progesterone, or the first 2 times, because I've only taken it twice before. I thought, okay, well, he's giving me like a different progesterone because I was just having weird symptoms. And I wrote those down. I had a lot of cramping, like every day. I took the progesterone at night. I take the progesterone at night, and I take the letrozole at night. Simply because if you've watched my first couple of videos, the side effects that come with that, granted, I usually don't get a lot of side effects from medicines, but because they were so new, and because, one, progesterone is basically a hormone, I wasn't sure how my body would react to it, so I chose to take them at night, just in case I got dizzy, or it made me drowsy, or like whatever it may be. So I chose to take them at night. So I would take them every single night. So I started taking the progesterone on July 29th. And then that was on a Thursday. So then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, following that, I had bad cramps. And it felt like period cramps, but way worse for me. Like normally if I get period cramps, I'm fine. These were bad, but not that bad. I would say I would give them like a 5 out of 10 on the pain scale. They hurt, and I knew that they were there, and yes, it sucked. And so of course, like I took like Tylenol or something, ibuprofen, whatever, to help that, and it did help. But it was like every single day. Like every morning I woke up and I had cramps. I was irritable a lot. Just like little things bothered me. I felt a lot of dizziness, a lot of nausea, and that wouldn't last very long, but I still had those, and I don't remember having those side effects of the progesterone when I first took that. Now, I did have side effects last year with the letrozole, I guess until my body got used to the letrozole, because I did have side effects with that, but I didn't have any side effects really with the progesterone that I remember, because I remember how July felt and August felt, because it hurt. So anyway, so I took the progesterone, had to wait for my period to start. So once that started, on day 5, I had to start the letrozole, and I take the letrozole 2 pills at night for 5 days. And so I did that. Everything went great. Everything went fine. I did not have any side effects from the letrozole, which I was really happy about. And then I had to have my 21-day progesterone blood test, and I had that the day after Labor Day on September the 7th. And I'll just show you a clip of that day, just me going into the doctor's office, getting my blood done, and then the video of me getting in the car afterwards. Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday. It is September 7th, I think. Yeah. Just had my progesterone test, my 21-day progesterone test, and I have a good feeling about it. I believe that the medicine, the letrozole, and the progesterone really did its job this time, and that I ovulated, and that my levels are really good. So just gonna wait until tomorrow to see the results. As you can see, I was very excited, not very excited, but very hopeful that my levels had gone up, and my test results usually come within the next day, usually by the next morning. So I woke up the next morning and I had the notification that my test results were in, and they were good. My progesterone level was 7.6, which it means it's improving. It means that the letrozole worked. It means that I ovulated during that cycle, and that we're good. We're on the right path again. So my body just needs the extra help with the letrozole, and right now we're not really sure what that means. When I talked to my doctor's nurse, she did say that he said my progesterone was borderline. If you look up like how progesterone works during your cycle, so during your cycle your progesterone goes up and goes down. I want to get this right, so I'm gonna read this to you. It's from womeninbalance.org. On day 1 of the menstrual cycle, meaning day 1 of your period, estrogen and progesterone levels are low. Low levels of estrogen and progesterone signal the pituitary gland to produce follicle stimulating hormone, which is FSH. FSH begins the process of maturing a follicle fluid-filled sac in the ovary containing an egg. So basically, it tells your body to get ready to release an egg. The follicle produces more estrogen to prepare the uterus for pregnancy. At ovulation, usually around day 12 to 14, increased estrogen levels trigger a sharp rise in the luteinizing hormone LH from the pituitary gland, causing the release of the egg from the follicle. At that point, progesterone and estrogen starts to rise. So by day 21, when they take my blood for the progesterone blood test, it can determine if I've released an egg or not, depending on the level. So midway through the cycle between days 12 and 16 is when ovulation occurs, and that is known as the ovulatory phase. After ovulation, then comes the luteal phase. I'm trying to just like make this as easy as possible, guys. By day 21, you're in the luteal phase, which is after ovulation. So again, they take my blood on day 21, and by that point I've already ovulated. That's what's supposed to happen. So when they took it and it was 7.6, the usual range, and this is coming from my test results on my medical chart app. The luteal phase, your progesterone should be between 1.8 and 23.9. And mine was 7.6. So now I guess I understand more of why he says borderline, because yes, your progesterone is dropping after ovulation, but back before, my progesterone was 10.2, and then it was like 14.1 and 13 point whatever, blah blah blah. And so that's like closer to the middle. So that's what it was. It was 7.6, which is good. That's what we wanted, because we're moving in the right direction. And some people ovulate later in their cycle. At this very moment in time, I am not sure when I ovulate. And the reason for that is I have tried the ovulation strips, I have tried the ovulation tests, and honestly, it's like hit or miss for me. I don't know if other women have this issue, but it's hit or miss for me, and I can prove that because I did the strips this last time, the day that my period stopped, which mine lasted a long time this time. So I don't know if this has something. Obviously, I feel like it has something to do with just going through the miscarriage, having the DNC done, and having my body just like regulate itself and just, you know, clear my body out of all of that and just move on from it, basically. So it lasted a little bit longer than it normally does. Usually my cycle lasts about 4 to 5 days, usually 5 days. But yeah, 4 to 5 days is my cycle length, or my period length. So this one lasted for a hot minute, I can tell you. I kept thinking, okay, it's over. It's not over. Okay, now it's over. It's not over. So yeah, so I dealt with that. But anyway, so I started taking the ovulation strip test, the little ovulation strip test, and I used the Mom Med ovulation strips from Amazon. My sister was wonderful enough to give me hers that she had, and I've just kept them, and I've used them sporadically, but when I thought I was ovulating, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you, I've never really consistently done the ovulation test, blah blah blah, because I didn't know if it was worth it, honestly. And based on this cycle and the last one, doesn't feel beneficial to me, because all it did was kind of like stress me out about it and make me think what's happening, or am I not, or whatever. So I just don't think I'm going to use them anymore. I'm basically just going to go by what I was doing last year and go by my 21-day progesterone test. So I'm going to take pictures and show you guys this. But so I took, you can't even see it. So I took Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that was the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Sorry, if you can see that, maybe, I hope, I don't know. Anyway, so there's supposed to be like 2 lines right there if you are positive, if you are ovulating. Well, there wasn't. And so I kept taking it just because, like, I know it's going to take a couple days. So then I did it August 30th, 31st, and September 1st. And you can kind of see it. I'm hoping this will. So there's like a line starting and then there's like a little darker line, and then there's this one. However, according to the packaging, yes, while that one is a little darker than the rest of them, obviously, it's supposed to be as dark as the control. It's supposed to be as dark as the control one. And it wasn't. So I was like, that's why I put negative, but closer. And so then I took 2 the next morning, and then 1 the following morning after that. And as you can see, like there's a fainter line than the day before. And this is the day that I took 2. And then there's basically like no line at all. So I don't know. I don't know when I ovulated. I don't know what the thing was. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all can tell me what you think. If you've taken these over and over and over again, maybe you can give me some insight. Maybe I was ovulating, maybe not, I don't know. So then I had my 21-day progesterone test on the 7th. It was 7.6, and today is the 15th. And so honestly, right now, my cycle, my period is supposed to start on Friday, the 17th. Yeah, 17th. And if it comes, okay, fine. That's great. That's another chance. If it doesn't, then I have to wait until I've hit the 35-day mark from my last period. So Monday is the day. If my period does not come by Monday, then I have to call my doctor and we'll do the progesterone and the letrozole again. If it does come on Friday when it is supposed to, or before Monday, then this next cycle I will only do the letrozole. And that's what I'm hoping will happen, that I will just be able to do the letrozole and not both of them. Seeing as how my progesterone has gone up, and it was 0.2 after the miscarriage and after the D&C. The first time, my first cycle after that, it was 0.2, and then the second time with the progesterone and letrozole, it was 7.6. I'm hoping that my period comes from now until Monday. I hope it does. I don't know if it will. I will say I do have a good feeling about it. At this point, it's honestly like, I don't know what my body's doing before my period or anything, because everything has changed. I mean, even from last year, even from last January when I started having issues with ovulation or being regular with my cycle, everything changed. Everything that I thought I knew about my cycle and my body changed. I'm also one of those people who is very in tune with their body. So I was able to tell when my period was going to come. I had specific symptoms, but like I could pinpoint the symptoms and say, okay, my period's about to start, and I know it is. And then last year everything went crazy, and then in August I started medicine, and I don't know, my symptoms have changed, and I don't know if I just haven't like really picked up on them, because some of them I've documented because I thought that they were important, some of them I haven't. So it's just everything's up in the air, and I don't really know what anything means anymore, honestly. Because when I think, oh, okay, well, this could be this or this could be that, I have no idea. Even when I found out that I was pregnant, I felt like there's no way that I'm pregnant. It's just my period's gonna come. There's something just going on weird with my body, with my stomach. Not there's a baby in there. So I don't know anything anymore. It is a waiting game once more, which is fine. I'm fine. And I am. I will say that. I am fine. Because when I saw 0.2 after my first cycle, after losing the baby, I cried. I cried to Matt. It hurt. It sucked. It felt, and I knew, like, we were back at square one. We're back at, okay, now we've got to start all over. Now, granted, you know, some people will say, well, it was only a year. Okay, you're right. It was only a year of taking medicine and trying with medicine, but before that we had tried for a long time. So it's it was another punch in the gut, along with the miscarriage and the surgery. And so it sucked. I was mad. I wasn't mad, but I was upset. I really was just upset. I wasn't mad, but I was upset, because I also thought in my head, okay, I've had a miscarriage, I've had my surgery, and because I have been pregnant, hopefully my body will regulate itself. And maybe I put too much hope into that, but I did. And so yeah, it felt like defeat. And then I started taking the medicine again. And then when I woke up and I saw the notification, obviously I had to look at it first thing, like obviously. And it was 7.6, and I was so happy, and I couldn't wait to tell Matt. I couldn't wait to tell him. And I told him, and I was like, I ovulated, you know, it's higher, it's doing what it's supposed to do. And, you know, it made us happy. And I was like, this is great. This is awesome, because this is another chance. And, you know, my body obviously just needs the meds. And that's okay. So all of that to say, you know, we're still hopeful. We're again, like I've said that every single video, and we're very hopeful that it's going to happen, because it's happened before. It happened once. It will happen again. Just depends on when that is. And whether it's this year, next year, or the next year, you know, we'll I don't know, we're going to be happy. We're going to be happy no matter what. So we're going to choose to be happy no matter what. So that's where we are. It is, like I said, it's a waiting game again, and that's okay. Just waiting on Aunt Flo to pay us a visit, you know? And I will say, if you have made it to this part of the video, if my period does not start by Monday, before I call my doctor, I'm going to take a pregnancy test, just to be on the safe side. And I will record myself doing that. I have not done that. But I want to do that, because one, no matter what the results are, I want to share it with you guys. I may not share it with you immediately if I'm pregnant, obviously, because I want to keep that a little secret for a while. But oh no. Okay, I gotta hurry. I got 4 minutes on my card. Anyway, but if I don't have my period before Monday, I'm going to take a test. I'm going to record that for you guys, because I do want to share that with you guys. Hey y'all, if you've watched to the end of this video, you have seen obviously that I was just waiting for my cycle to start, and my cycle started on the 16th, last Thursday. Today is Thursday, September 23rd. My cycle started on last Thursday, and so that meant, one, that we did not make a baby. But two, that it was a second chance for me to take the letrozole and to try to, you know, make a baby this cycle. So that's where we're at right now. I go back on my birthday, October 7th, to the doctor for my progesterone test, and we'll see what it says. I have a really good feeling that it will be even higher than the last time, which was 7.6. So we'll see what it is then, and we'll go from there. But I just wanted to finish out this video and let you guys know that. So that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye.